Hello, people. We are glad to be here. Our second show in 3 days, live, and I am with Danny Trio. Danny, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, somebody in here said I thought Danny was leaving.
I am. I'm not here.
Yeah, Danny's not here. There's so many things going on, people we want to discuss today. So we're gonna have a little bit of. This is going to be kind of a fun show. We're going to talk about the Bath Avenue boys, of course, to make a few things clear. And besides that, let me start saying hi to some people in here. Okay. Ronald Lim from the UK. Hello. David Cameron from Liverpool. Hello. Gosh almighty, you guys from across the lake like this show, don't you? Montauk. Renee from California. That's like another country. Okay. Danny Trio's here. NB8 is here. She's my boss. So when she through 6:30, we're going to bring her on and we're going to have some fun, people. Okay. James Weldon, Agnostic One, David Cameron again, Buster Cheeks. I like that name. Elliot Casper, Teresa Murphy. How are you doing? Steve Marinello, like always, thank you. The Danny Trio fan club from Ireland is here.
Yeah.
How many people do you think's in that fan club, Danny?
No, probably not many.
I think it's a couple thousand Irishmen.
Yeah.
And during the show, they drink. And by the time it's over, they're all drunk.
They're all drunk.
Elliot, checking in live, the job. I hope everyone is well. Elliot, how you doing? Ian Shepard, how you doing, my man? Mobland, how are you doing? James Weldon, we've said that name already. If I read you twice, so Scorned Warshwoman, JC, how you doing? Okay, Angela Scarecrow, how you doing, Angela? Hope everything's well with you. Chicago Chris is the one that said I thought Danny wasn't doing the shows anymore, but Chicago Chris, did you say that in a good way or a bad way? Dirk Abitas, Elliot, Mike Slick, Sean, how you doing? Okay, let's see. Here we go. Scott Bell, how you doing, Scott? Down Neck Newark, how you doing? Casper, how you doing, Casper? Don't touch your mic. Chicago, okay. Let's see. Tommy Stiggs is here, people. Everybody give away. The Trump train 2022 is here. Choo choo. Okay, Seymour Scagnetti, Billy the Kid, Mr. Fugazi, Claudio Perry, Route Irish, Maureen Frick. Listen, people, when you get that many names in your chat and you can't get to the bottom, we owe these people really a big thank you, for the amount of people that show up, huh, Danny?
Oh, absolutely. It's nice to see all these people in the chat, and we apologize if we can't get to everybody's name, but we appreciate every one of you that come in here.
And at the top of the chat, you'll find pinned up is my Cash App, and if you want to donate, please feel free to donate. Hold on, I'm gonna have Danny ask. Danny, can you ask them to donate?
Again, I'm going to reiterate, everybody that can't stand Jimmy Calandra, the rat, and the deviant, please, super chat, Cash App, whatever you got, $1 to Lee. I would appreciate it.
And we're going to talk about jail, and we're going to have some fun, people. Oh, look at that, Danny. Someone listens to you right away. The Danny Trio fan club.
Thank you, pal.
200 drunken Irishmen came up with $17.99.
The Guinness is flowing.
Thank you very much, my man. Okay. So listen, we're going to have a little bit of fun at people's expenses. With the first person, we're going to have an expense. We're going to have some fun at Jimmy Calandra's expense because he's been talking a lot of crap lately, and we're not going to sit back and let Jimmy talk his crap. Jimmy's also making up new tales. We're going to talk about that. And it's kind of mafia show, people, when you talk about that, but it needs to be talked about. But I'm going to show you something first of all, and then we're going to talk about it. MRE talked about this the other day, but this needs to be talked about because if any of us did this, this would be considered the sickest, twisted thing on YouTube, right, Danny?
Absolutely.
Can you imagine if we said what Jimmy Calandra said?
Absolutely.
Okay. So here we go, people.
Rah, rah, rah. You got the guy Danny Trio, another fat fucking scumbag piece of shit. You know, Lee Cole, another piece of shit garbage can. I'm saying I don't know anything about fucking New York. Kidding me? He claims he's from New York, another piece of garbage can. That's what he is. So, I mean, you come on here. Look at this fucking MRE, this punk. Seriously, I would stick my fist in his ass. This motherfucker.
Did you just hear what he said?
Yeah, he wants to fist fuck MRE.
He's talking about sticking his fist in a man's ass. I mean, and you guys over there are laughing at what he just said. Can you imagine if I said I want to stick my fist in Gunsmoke's ass? I mean, can you imagine if I said that? Oh, I just said it. Now they'll say I said that. But think about that. You can't make this shit up. Okay.
Rah, rah, rah. You got the guy Danny Trio, another fat fucking scumbag piece of shit. You know, Lee Cole, another piece of shit garbage can. I'm saying I don't know anything about fucking New York. Kidding me? He claims he's from New York, another piece of garbage can. That's what he is. So, I mean, you come on here. Look at this fucking MRE, this punk. Seriously, I would stick my fist in his ass. This motherfucker. Kidding me? Kidding me? What I would do to him, you see his face? I would fucking eat his face. His nose, I would chew on it. His ass, too, I would chew on it. I think I'm fucking kidding.
Your mic.
So he would eat his ass too. I mean, this is a man, people, this is a man discussing this. And then you've got another man listening to him laughing. When you hear something like that, what do you think, Danny?
Listen, this guy is a fucking is a screwball. He's talking about fist fucking and eating an ass, and all these guys are cheering him on and laughing in the background. Maybe he eats their asses and sucks a few of their cocks. You know. So listen, he also talks about beating people up. He hasn't beaten up a squirrel. This guy is a moron. He's a legend in his own mind, and he's the quintessential bitch of Bath Avenue. That's all he ever was. So come on, Jimmy Calandra, come beat me up. I know a couple of guys that'd like to beat you up. Why don't you meet them? Like you say, you go all over Brooklyn, you go where you want, but all you do is talk shit. You don't beat up nobody. And as far as the mafia was, you were never in the mafia. You never were around people in the mafia. You're a fallacy. You take pictures so you can prove to people that you know somebody. Just like the fake picture of Patera, you mutt. You're nothing but a little squirrel.
Scott Lawson, $1.99. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
Cane Shades.
Cane Shades. Thanks, brother.
$5. Also, Butchie Bifocals. Donate to Lee People. He never said he wants to eat another man's behind like Jimmy Calandra.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody donate $1. Jimmy's talking about eating asses.
I feel sorry for poor MRE because he has to watch where he's walking now. He might see somebody running up behind him.
You got the ass gobbler on the loose. He gobbles asses.
Okay. Hey, people, let me read some of these remarks. You guys have any remarks about this stuff going on? Hey, listen, nobody be timing nobody out, please. Seriously, if no one says nothing bad, do not time them out. Do not block them under no reason, please.
And you notice he never goes on his channel to say anything, Jimmy Calandra. He goes on everybody else's channel to threaten people, because if somebody threatens him, what is he going to do? If somebody comes up and says, I know where you live, I got something for you, what do you think he's going to do? He's admitted already on YouTube what he'll do. He'll call cops. So all this talk about he's going to beat people up and threaten people, what does he do? He calls cops. He's a fucking moron. He's a simpleton, illiterate.
And Teddy KGB, where Jimmy? Boston J. Yes, Boston J. I like to ask you this question. You like to talk a lot of smack. Boston J, you've been with Jimmy since day one. Okay, I respect you for that. You're loyal to Jimmy. But what do you think about one man saying that he wants to put his fist in someone's ass and eat their ass? Do you think this is normal?
Maybe he eats Boston J's ass.
There's a good chance. Okay, Triple X says, I'm driving out of range. Okay. Lefty Guns, Doppelganger. Hello, Lee. How you? I like that.
What's up, buddy?
He has Amy Winehouse in his poor Amy Winehouse. Renee, all the other side does is look up people's criminal records, make things up about the criminal records, and lie some more. Exactly. That's exactly what goes on, people. But I also want to ask you guys, okay, we got 191 right in here right now. There's another thing that I want to talk to you about, Danny. There's this thing going on. Now, do you believe, because the rats can change history, but I'm going to ask you this question. Do you believe that Paulie G did push Anthony Spiro?
1,000%.
Okay, so you don't think that's just something that the rats made up and it got into the court system?
No, it's a convenient argument and it's a feasible argument, but the fact of the matter is that in the depositions in court, it did come out. So it is a fact that he was assaulted or pushed, whatever you want to call it, but it definitely happened.
Okay, this is Anthony Spiro, people. Okay, so now there's a new one coming out that Tommy Reynolds basically shot. This is Tommy Reynolds, 2019. It doesn't come in that clear, but this is his prison picture. But now they're saying Tommy Reynolds basically shot Paulie because of a girl.
Listen, how can anybody believe Jimmy the liar Calandra? Jimmy lies about what he had for breakfast. Whatever you guys think about Jimmy, one thing is a fact: he's a liar. Okay, he's an admitted liar. So for anything that he says, you got to call him out on, because he's a liar. Everything he says is a fucking lie. Everything. Even if it's the truth, it's a fucking lie.
And these are the guys that shot him: Joey Calco and Tommy Reynolds. Now, I'd like to ask Convict Inc., because he's in touch with Tommy Reynolds, to ask Tommy Reynolds that question. What people? He didn't shoot him because of some chick or because he hated him. He shot him because he was ordered to shoot him. Would you pretty much say that's why he shot him, Danny?
It's the truth. Let Jimmy say what the fuck he wants. I think he even ate Paulie Galito's ass.
Well, he'll be calling.
Since he loves asses so much.
I think he's going to be after our fat asses pretty soon.
Yeah, let him come. Listen, Jimmy Calandra, I would love for you to meet me. I would love it. Because you want to know something, Jimmy? You're a fucking legend and a tough guy in your own fucking mind. You just haven't met the right one that'll knock your fucking skull off. That's all.
Oh,
you
Private Hensley coming in and calling you guys Fatty 1 and Fatty 2, Stolen Valor. Yes, Private Hensley, you are not what you said. You
yeah, the other fallacy.
You said you were in the military, dude. You're fake.
Yeah. You're a
Scott
fake.
Bell, you could drop that information over to my email and I'll talk about that. Being
show about you.
Hensley wants to come in here and talk crap.
Yeah, why don't you drop the link and let him come on? The other ass sniffer, the other cock gobbler. He's another one.
Danny Trio, Jimmy is Walter Mitty. He's a fool.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
I don't want to insult Mitty like that.
Wants to talk about people.
Check your Cash App. Okay, I will.
He wants to talk about people. What he's going to do to people. He does nothing. All he does is run his fucking his mouth. That's all he does, and he gets his little minions to help him. It's funny as shit, because it's like what is that? 3 blind mice? That's how it is.
Well, the sad part is that when a man says that about another man, and someone's sitting there laughing.
Well, here's the funny part. He talks about MRE, right? What he's going to do to MRE. He's going to fist fuck him. He's going to clean his asshole out with his mouth. Rhode Island isn't far from New York, Jimmy Calandra. Why don't you go see him? You're so tough. I mean, realistically, you threaten him. You're going to shoot him. You're going to eat his ass. You're going to suck his cock, pinch his nipples. Why don't you go see him? You fucking fag. You're a chicken shit. It's all you ever were your whole life. You were tough around people. By yourself, you're a little fag.
Dirk
about that.
Dirk Abitas. Boston Jay is an important man. He puts cheese on Whoppers. Okay. I'm
That
sorry,
goes to the
Boston
whole.
Jay.
Yeah.
And listen, people, we're not here looking for fights, but Jimmy is the one that started it talking crap. You know, I lived in New York for 37 years, people. I spent a lot of my years in Brooklyn and Queens. And this scumbag's going to tell me I don't know nothing about the city. That's, you know, this is the type of man he is. He can barely speak English. He has a second grade education, and he talks about having sex with other men with body parts. So basically, I'm thinking that what he wants to do, if you guys ever seen Pulp Fiction, he wants to put MRE in a little box like Pulp Fiction and put him in his little basement there and put a ball in MRE's mouth. That's the feeling I'm getting. Hey, people, I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to drop the link, and whoever wants to jump on, if I like you, I'll let you jump on. If I don't like you, you're not coming on. But anyway. Vince Marino, $20. Thank you, Vince. It's very well appreciated. I mean,
Thank you, Vin.
are in a
Thank
given
you,
mood
man.
today. Right off the bat, you guys are in a given mood. Thank you so much. Okay. Any questions you have for Tommy Reynolds, let me know. My dear friend is his cellmate. We would love to hear that. Oh, we have an Italian chick. We have the boss is here too, Nanny. Okay, we got Sean Sullivan. Hey, Sean.
Hey,
What's
guys.
up, Sean? All right,
We
pal.
Hanging
have
out.
Angel Gotti.
Hello there,
And our boss is here, people. So
Hi,
listen,
Angel.
the boss is
Hello,
here.
Lee Cole. Hello, Danny Trio.
Hi, Angel.
Hello, Sean. Hello, NB. How are you?
Hi.
Hey, Angel, how are you?
Hi,
Okay, NB.
everybody in the chat. How are you? Boot Hill crew, I might need you later.
Before we start anything, MB and I are gonna have a good laugh right now. So
Oh my
MB,
God, I was dying. I was dying before. I can't believe. Are you scared of me? You're scared of me, Dad? Tell
Yes.
me.
Okay.
You're scared. If I say
so-
jump, will you say how high? If I say
And-
jump, will you say how high?
MB, tell him what you did. Tell him what you did.
I went.
Hold
Me
on.
and I put on the community tab just a little joke. Whose dog is that? Angel's or yours,
Angel.
Dad?
Angel.
Dad, shut your dog up. Oh, I'm sorry. I put on we put on the community tab just something silly like if you want to be unblocked, Cash App NB, and we were waiting to see how long the other side would mention it because they have no other content. So apparently, Lee called me up before we were laughing hysterical about how they were a little bit triggered over it.
Yeah,
Is that what they
yeah.
were? They got a little triggered.
Well, they said
They
that
fell right into
said
the
that-
golf court.
They said that I'm scared of you, and I only do my show when you know, basically you're my boss. You know, you're a daughter that controls your father.
Well, if it was up to me, you'd do more shows because you do pretty good with these. Instead of once a week, I'd have you doing like 3 shows a week or 4.
This is 2 and 3 days.
Is
This
it?
2 and 3 days.
Wait,
Yes,
what?
it is.
When was the last time you did one, Dad? 4 days ago.
No, we did one on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. All right. So you are listening to me. Okay, I take it back.
Yeah. Well, you called me up and you said you and Danny better get your ass on there tonight, or shit's gonna happen. Danny, how scared are you?
Or else.
Danny, how scared are you of MB the way she controls us?
I'm petrified of her.
I know. I mean, for a girl that runs around in Daisy Dukes, she sure is tough. Swan, how
They're
you
shorts. That's what the kids. That's what the people wear these days, Dad. And should
Well,
I tell them
they're
what I
great.
discovered about your little? Should I tell them what I asked you on the record about what I saw on that show in that email,
Why?
Dad?
Why?
All right, I won't. All right, I
Okay.
won't.
She's seen an email where I was trying
Anyway.
to buy some. I was trying to buy some negligee for a woman. The email's old when women like me
Lingerie.
buying them. No women want me buying them negligee
Lingerie.
no more. Okay, Sean, you doing good?
Yeah, I made manager.
Good for you.
Yep.
Good for you, man. You deserve it, man.
Yeah.
Is that why you're here slick back like Pat Riley?
I got a haircut.
There you go.
Well, looks good.
Okay,
You look good, Sean.
Thank you.
Angel. I need to ask you a question.
The big boss.
Yes.
Angel's the big boss.
Angel, did you ever witness your father beating your mother up?
No. As a matter of fact, no, I did not. That is a New York Post article from, this is what I'm hearing, from Louis Kasman right after my mom had brain surgery. She had a stent put in her brain. And where are the tapes? How come we've never heard these tapes that my mother allegedly said this? My brother wrote about this in his book, but he explained the whole thing, how my father got mad at him for going to see my uncle. And when he was told nobody is to see him, that was, he explains why. And he never once said that my father put a hand on him or anybody else for doing it. So, listen, I don't know what to say about this freak. He's obsessed with me. FBS, you're obsessed with me. You really need to get over yourself. This is all going on because I like Demarie better than you. This is so crazy. Now, my friend just texted me that he said, I didn't know the date that my father died.
Yeah, what's up with that?
How could the whole country and the rest of the world all knew the date my father
That's
died?
unbelievable. And then
I didn't know
And then
the
when-
date. This is so sick. This is so crazy.
disgusting.
Supposedly, I said on June 15th in some chat room, I have no idea. Boot Hill Crew, I'm gonna need you later because Boot Hill Crew was around in those days. The whole world knew when my father died. He buried my dad.
You have it in your intro. Don't you have it in your intro video footage
Yeah.
of it?
But
So
buried my dad. His funeral was on my son's 18th birthday, which is June 15th. Where June 25th came, I have no idea. This guy, he's got to get off that gabapentin stuff because this is really, this is bad. This is really bad what he's doing. He's on drugs. You're lying that you're clean and sober. You're on gabapentin.
Yeah, but that thing about gabapentin's not true.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. My friend had knee
enough, Dad.
surgery, and they
Well,
gave
listen,
Enough, Dad. Enough. Bite your tongue, Dad. Bite your tongue. And number,
Like I said,
and number,
I'm allowed to have my
and
opinion.
so he does a show on Miss Gotti, Angel, and then he has to throw in Lee's community tab post because he has no other content. That's how pathetic it is.
What do
That's
you
really,
mean?
really,
Tell her
really
about what you
pathetic.
did on the community post. Tell Angel what you did.
I put on the community post, and if anybody is blocked, please Cash App NB, and she will unblock you. And this is like 4 days ago. I put that on there as a joke, and it was like, let's see how long it takes for them to mention it. And of course they mentioned it. Dad called me up before,
Yeah.
like hysterical laughing. I was sitting there, I almost peed my pants. I was laughing so hard. It's like they're like puppets. They take the bait, but it's just like, just move on. Like Angel does fun shows. Dad does fun shows. Danny, like we're all having fun on this side. Look at us. We could all sit up here together and laugh. Like they can't do that over there without
can't do
fueling
that.
hatred.
But let me
It's
ask you this: didn't he lie about Danny the other day and say Danny was 18 and from Fort Lauderdale, Florida?
Danny has to answer that.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
18?
I'm 18. I'm a high class burglar. I dress up or I take bats in women's clothes or some shit. Now the other narrative is no, not women. Now it's men. Now I'm bisexual. So and my name is
You're
David.
bisexual,
Now the other one,
but Jimmy
yeah,
wants to
yeah,
fuck people, but you're bisexual.
yeah. I'm
But
bisexual.
Jimmy's the one
And
who's talking about openly about this fucking. Wow.
Okay, that's a
Again.
question. Sean, I'm going to ask you this question. What do you think when you hear a man talk about wanting to put his fist or kiss some or chew on someone's asshole?
To each his own. Right? I don't give a shit.
I want to say this. Anybody who thinks that that John Gotti abused his wife does not know his wife. That's what I can tell you. He didn't give her the nickname Butch for no reason. So all 5'1" of her, she didn't take crap from nobody. She didn't take crap from him or anybody else. So, you know, he hangs out with a group of women abusers. They are women abusers. How many of them have domestic violence charges? How many of them have charges of beating up a woman? How many of them have deadbeat dads? How many drove drunk with their kids in the car? This is what he surrounds himself with now. If say nothing ever happened with this MRE crap,
He
just
fits
say
right
none
in
of
though.
it
He
ever
fits
happened.
right into with them.
But let me
Fits
tell you,
in
if
with them,
none
though,
of
'cause he
this
has
ever
certain things.
happened, if none of this ever happened with MRE, I still would never be his friend just for having those people surrounding him on his show, because he hated those people. He hated them, and now that's all he has up there to back up his crap. He hated these people. It's amazing to me.
Let's put aside the
ladies,
friends, though,
give me-
just his content
ladies,
with
can
the
you give me-
doxing and threatening women. You would never be around doxing or threatening women. I don't see how any woman could be up there with all the threatening of
No,
women
I
he's
would
doing.
never.
Hey,
I would
ladies,
never.
give me 1 minute, please. I want to just Sean. I'm sure you're working tonight, right, Sean?
No, well, like I go back in 5 minutes. I just wanted to say something like no one knows each other like in real life, right? And think about it. These people are spending so much time to call people's name and to find out what people are about in real life. Can you imagine what they would do to somebody if they knew them in real life? You know, it's just getting out of hand.
It's ridiculous. It really is.
It is.
Well, let me ask you this too. Didn't he do how many shows saying that my mother badgered my father into chainsawing a man? So if she could badger him into chainsawing a man, which one is it? She either badgered him, relentlessly, or he beat her up relentlessly. Which one is it?
Angel,
Wait.
someone
No,
said-
your mother was wonderful.
One second,
Your dad
I
was
gotta
the
read
best
this.
and the same
MB,
guy. So
MB.
which one is it? Because he also said your mom and dad were like awesome people.
MB, I gotta read. I
Until
gotta
he got
read
mad
this.
at Angel. Once
Okay.
he
Go
got
ahead,
mad at
please.
Angel, they were all bad people.
Okay,
Bad
Angel,
people.
let me read this, please.
Yes.
Go,
Zany
Dad.
Trio Fan Club from Ireland, 1799 says all these keyboard gangsters giving Angel Gotti abuse would not happen if her father was still alive. Hell no, cowards. Okay, thank you.
Well, that's what he is. He's obsessed with me. I've never had a human being
Like-
obsessed with me like this.
Listen,
Like
you
Kind of scary.
go ahead.
Sean.
I see the ploys. I see so Angel, they're ploys. So when he's doing his show, they're ploys, and he thinks that he's smart, but he's not that smart, because if this is in real life, you would just check somebody real quick like that in real life and put them in the ground. Like, check them real hard.
Right.
Like, you ain't playing them mind games with me, dude. Get out of my space, bro. I don't even want to talk to you, bro. You're not even in my life. People like that in real life, I stay away from. Those people are wackadoos.
Couldn't have said it better, Sean.
Well,
They're
that's
whack.
we're
They're
gonna
whack.
get with him.
No, just like the guy in Florida, right? He's another crazy guy. I've met people like that before. They talk crap behind a cell, or they talk crap and they just woof, talking out their neck. That's all they do, talk out their neck, but they ain't about it, though. They're not with the business.
No, exactly. Last night, someone came in the chat saying, "Oh, I am Victoria's great niece, and John Gotti beat his wife all the time, and if you don't address it, I will." First of all, my mother doesn't have any great nieces, you idiot. And if anybody knew who my mother was, they know that that's absolutely not true at all. And but for him to take that little thing in the chat and then look up this ridiculous thing with the New York Post. I think it was one column. It was one paragraph, I mean.
It was a very short story, yeah.
Yeah, it was a paragraph, right? Where are these tapes? Where are they? Where are they? They don't exist. And
another thing I wanted to say was, too, about a couple weeks ago on the other guy's channel, he was talking about Danny, saying, oh, well, Danny knew a couple people. He never killed anybody. How the fuck do you know this man's life? And God forbid if somebody ever did something like that, do you think they want to glorify that? These people want to glorify things like that. I've met real ones. I've seen real ones. And real ones don't say anything. And it's usually with them with a revolver, a 38 or a 32, and it's real close distance. They don't understand what it is.
well, do you think that my sister and I, or especially my brothers, do you think that we would love my father as much as we do if he beat my mother?
Absolutely
I'm
not.
okay.
Do you think
Absolutely not.
our kids would adore my father if he beat their grandmother? I mean, it's so insane. He should really worry about him and his wife and the problems that the two of them have instead of obsessing over me, somebody who doesn't want anything to do with him, somebody who walked away from him because I didn't want anything to do with him. And it was before the whole MRE thing happened. Before the MRE thing happened, I didn't want anything to do with him.
I'm going to go back to work, but I want to say that, you know, I love having a job, and I'm grateful that I get to wake up and go to work. And I'm grateful that you guys are really friendly to me, and I consider you guys my friends. You know what I mean? And I'm just grateful to be alive. You know what I mean? And all this shit's stupid because life's too short, man.
Sean, you've been the longest fan of this show, and I consider you a friend. You email me all the time from the very beginning, and you never wavered. You never turned on me. You were always there, my man. Always respect that.
If you can find one good friend in life, you're doing something right.
Yep.
Out
There
of
you go,
10.
Sean.
You're good people to me always, Sean.
I got to go back to work. Okay, Danny. Bye, Angel.
All right,
Bye,
Sean,
Andy.
take care.
And I hope your mom is doing
All right,
well.
Sean, have a good day, hon.
Yeah, she's doing all right. She's hanging in there right now. I'm just a little depressed a little bit, you know what I mean? Kind of because she's got to do the chemo again, and then she's got to gain some weight before. But like, I don't know, like if she was to pass away, I mean, I know everybody's going to pass away, but me and her watched a lot of people pass away. You know,
Just spend
you know,
all the time with her. Spend your time with her. Hang out with her. Smile. Make her laugh. Make her happy. That's all.
yeah,
Enjoy-
it just hurts,
enjoy
you know,
every day
because
with
she's the walk us to school. You know what I mean? She's the push us in a shopping cart to go do our laundry and stuff. So
Sean, she'll be okay.
We're all praying for
I
you.
hope so.
We're all
Yeah.
all right, guys.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Sean.
Bye.
Angel, you got a show going on tonight?
I wasn't gonna do anything tonight, but I think now I will. Because I heard that he said that my family hates me because I lied. Well, I played a video of my sister saying how ridiculous that was, and maybe I'll just show it again. Maybe I'll give him another Golden Turd Award tonight.
He needs one for this community post that he had to mention that was like a little
Yeah, don't forget the community
Little
post.
crap.
That's 2 of them.
Yeah, so I missed
Yeah.
it. So you posted something on your community page about Lee Cole?
MB did.
I
it for me.
posted on Lee's community page. I had edited one of his posts and was like, and if you are in jail in Lee Cole jail or blocked on the Lee Cole show, Cash App NB and she will unblock you. So I guess he meant Dad called me before, and he's like laughing hysterical. He's like, he mentioned it, making it like some big deal, like you're breaking the rules or something, and you're a scammer.
Yeah. He was going, this is a scam that they're pulling, and
Oh, he knows about scams. Believe me when I
he
tell
knows all
you,
about
he
scams.
knows about scams.
Listen, if he
Hey,
could
you know
write
what?
on his little trigger, on his little ticker thing, like if you hate NB, Angel, Gotti, Lee Cole, please cash at me. If he could write that, we could write, if you want to be unblocked, cash app NB. There's nothing
listen.
wrong. You know what I mean? There's nothing breaking rules about that. And it was a joke,
and
obviously.
Tony never went to jail, and Tony used to ask for $100 to get out of pizza jail. I think he still does.
You see Chicago Chris's thing down there, Angel? He says Piggy also said he's in contact with a close family member of yours dodging.
Not in contact with any close family member of my mother's or my father's. He's full of shit.
Is a liar.
He is not in close contact. He's not in contact with any close family member of my mother and father. None. Believe me when I tell you. I have a feeling. I have this slight feeling. I know something that he's talking about, and he will be made a fool out of. That's all I could say.
Angel, I want to ask you something because I haven't really got to talk to you. So what happened with Chicky? I saw that they called his parole or probation officer now. Chicky doesn't bother anybody.
No, he doesn't. But that's what they do. That's what that side does. That's what that side does. They'll call your parole, your probation. They'll call child services. They'll do all those things. That's what that side does.
But they're going to say that
family
they're going to say that's what MB does. That's how they flip.
Yeah,
it, right.
That's what they. But they never showed a lick of proof. They also said I watched Josie the other day, and she was talking about how they were saying that I took somebody's kids' insurance or something like that, like from the Durkee, not from the Aaron Carter community. I did something to some kids' insurance with cancer. The funny thing is, what these people don't know, and I announced this on my show. Me and MRE never did any trolling in the Aaron Carter community together. I was never in the Aaron Carter community. MRE just said that because you guys were looking for me. So he directed you guys to a whole nother community that I was never in, which threw you guys off track. We started together in the Durkee community a long time ago. So there was never...
I want to say one thing. Aegon Targaryen, if you want to drop your link for people for your show tonight, please drop your link. If somebody in there has his link, please drop his link for him. I would really appreciate it.
I'll do it. He's a good guy.
Okay, let's see. Just subbed to you. Westy's just subbed to you. Please, people, go sub. And also, I have a second channel you guys can go sub to underneath this in the message board. I've gotten quite a few subs in the last day. So if you can go in there and sub to that channel, I'd really appreciate it. And once that gets to a certain number, I'll start putting some more stuff down. Angela, are you going to start a second channel?
Why would I need to?
Like a second channel, like a knitting channel or something.
No, I don't knit.
Do you crochet?
No, I don't crochet.
Oh, so tell us, what does Angel Gotti like to do in her spare time? Because according to these guys, you sit at home all day. So what is it that you like to do in your home?
Ask Little Chucky. Little Chucky, what do I like to do all day? Garden. Maybe I'll start a garden channel.
And take care of all the animals.
And take care of all the animals.
And take care of me.
And take care of her.
You're a grandmother. You have grandkids. You have a big family.
Angel, you know you're eating it up right now that your daughter's home and you got to take care of her. You must love it.
Well, I didn't hear you because Little Chucky is playing with aluminum foil. What did you say?
You must love the idea that your daughter's home now and you got to take care of her.
I do love it. I do love it.
I mean, it's like extra time with your child.
Exactly. She said, I'm going to go downstairs tomorrow. I go, why? She's like, so I could go to sleep in my own bed? No. She's not allowed out of the house for 30 more days. Yeah. No, she can't go. She has to, she can't go to work or anything for 2 weeks. So 2 weeks she's with mommy.
So how does she feel
She gets
today?
the rest.
She's getting better every day. She's getting better every day.
Can she feel the difference? Can she feel the difference from when she had the problem?
Yes, she does.
That's good to know.
Yes.
Well, she sounds good, so thank God she's okay.
She's good. Thank you. She's good. She's just
Antsy. I want to go back to work.
You're not going back to work. Forget it. No, forget it.
It's starting to get chilly out though, so it's a good time to like lay under the blankets and relax. Cane Shades wants you to drop the link in chat. He said it before.
Okay.
Yes. You know what
Cane
we
Shade-
did today? We
What
watched.
did you do?
What we did was she made me watch something so horrible.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
We watched Dahmer about
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah.
Check that. That's on Netflix. I need to check that out.
I mean, it's very,
It's very informative, but Mom, it's number 1 in 60 countries right
It's
now.
number 1 in
Oh, wow.
60. It's very
Did
depressing.
they talk about the guy that killed him?
Yes, they showed everything. I
Right.
didn't even know about any of that stuff because that's
Yeah,
how
it's
much
crazy.
I-
1999 from Teresa Murphy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Teresa.
Oh boy, you guys have been very giving today. I appreciate that. Thank you. Because if I didn't get more than $5, I was going to shut this shit down.
Oh,
Okay.
you were not.
Okay, Cane Shade's going to.
Yeah, silly.
Going to jump
Silly.
up here and
I was on with Jerry today.
you on a jury?
A jury?
I was on with Jerry today, and Chris Trock joined Angel, and we were talking about. He was talking about how like Jerry Gambuti and Chris Trock joined on, and he was talking about how like at a certain point to ignore, and I was like, you don't understand. Like it's one thing with us with our last name, like it's not known, but you are a known person. For these people to poke, you have to defend yourself and clear it.
100%. And I was just gonna do nothing. We were gonna watch. Tonight is oh crap! I gotta change the time. Oh, I just realized Aegon is going on at 9. I have to change the time of mine.
Hey, who is Alcatraz? I need to see your face because I'm not going to let you in here if I don't know who you are.
I don't know who that is. And then I think Cane Shade is on tonight too, right?
Yes, and Cane Shade.
Cane
is on
Shade,
at
what you
10.
doing, my man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I'm going.
What's up, Kane?
Time.
What's going on, Danny?
All right, buddy.
So you wanted to come up here today. So tell us why you wanted to come up here today.
Hey, it's how are
Well,
you?
you asked. Yeah. Oh, hey, NB. Well, you asked me to come on, but thank you.
Don't blame me for it.
No. Well, thank you. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. About two or 3 days ago, I came up with an idea after this. After I believe Chicky's probation officer was called, and I believe Convict Inc.'s probation officer was called. I want to start documenting everything that's happened from the beginning of this MobTube stuff, everything from the beginning all the way to now. I want to do like 5 seasons. It's not going to be a clip channel. It's going to be more of a documentary series that I'm going to be doing. I already have the first videos up. I have a preview, a trailer for next Thursday. It's going to be every Thursday on my channel. And NB has nothing to do with this project because I know the opposition says that me and NB network together and we do videos together.
MB controls everybody. MB controls Angel.
Okay. Well,
No, I have
okay,
nothing
well,
to do with it. But if you need help looking for a clip or something, absolutely, just hit me up and I'll see if I have it or something. But no, I didn't know about this until I saw Cane Shades put it on his channel yesterday. You started right on Thursday.
Don't let MB get her claws in on your show.
oh my God, oh my.
She will take it over.
So I got this thing. It's very interesting. Angel, if you're there, I sent you. I kind of sent you a preview of next week on your Twitter. Man, this stuff is groundbreaking. I got a bunch of episodes downloaded. I'm gonna be basically covering everything that's happened because now people say something, but wait a minute, 7 months ago it was a little different. So I'll be documenting everything, and I'm probably do 5 seasons with 10 episodes. So that is my plan.
Oh,
And
that would be very good.
Yes.
Really good.
Check the Twitter because you can see what.
Well, I didn't go on Twitter today. I didn't.
Paulie B, have a great, safe weekend, guys.
Thanks a lot, Paulie.
Thank you, Paulie. We appreciate it.
Cane Shades,
And also-
Cane Shades, even if I was helping you, though, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, who really gives a crap if I'm helping him? Like, why? I didn't know they were making such a big deal about it, but
Because it's
who
not
cares? I
help,
documented him for 8 months. I spent 8 months documenting his lies and hypocrisy. What, Dad?
It's not.
Yes.
It's not helping. You eventually control everything.
Yes, yes. Well, no.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the clip channels. Shout out to all of the clip channels. But what I'm doing is a little different. I'm doing it from the beginning all the way to now. It's gonna be like the first episode when I started off with the Lee. It even covered the whole beef with me and MRE and Lee. It's covering
Shout out to
everything. It's my
King Shades,
my
did you know
project.
that I was in that King Shades? I was in that Discord with you. Shout out to the Discord. I was the moderator in there. I was actually. You had no idea.
Are you talking about when Kane Shade set me up with MRE?
Oh
And
man,
shout
oh
out
man.
to the Discord. Shout out to
Yes.
the Discord.
That you know
Anyway, go ahead.
you want to know the truth? That was because I was upset with MRE because I felt like he was defending FPS. Matter of fact, MRE was defending FPS back then.
Oh, he
So
used to defend FPS to me. So
yes,
for a
so
minute,
that
he
was the
defending
truth.
FPS when he found out about that channel. Yeah.
And when I said shout out the Discord 100 times, it's because I just wanted, because it was public, so I just wanted people to go over there and to just see what's up.
Claudio Perry, subscribe to Dean.
No, I
Wilkerson.
made it private right after you did that, King Shades.
Okay, Danny, is there anything that you would like
Yeah,
to ask the great Kane Shade while you got him here, Danny?
Oh no, I like the shorts that he puts up. I like his channel, and I like him as a person. I think he's a good guy.
Oh, thank you, Danny.
He has,
Shades is
he has-
the
he has
best.
one bad problem though. He's
Oh,
a
shit.
He's a Miami Hurricane fan.
Oh
all right.
my God.
Okay, but you know,
We need to start recruiting athletes over here to keep these kids home.
Little Chucky said you have the best voice.
who does?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sometimes I butcher the English language. I get words wrong sometimes, but
No,
I try
she
my
likes your voice.
all right.
So I'm in a dilemma right now because I made the show for 9 o'clock, but I forgot that Aegon is going on at 9 o'clock. So I made it to 7:30, but I don't think I'm going to make it in time for 7:30. So I might just make it when Kane Shades is over at 11:15.
Why not do a late one? I'll show up. We'll all hang out.
Yeah, will you
we'll have
really show
popcorn.
up?
Yeah, Danny will.
I'll
show
show
up.
up. I'll show up.
Yeah, Danny's sleeping by 8.
Yeah, because Kane Shades, you're
I'll
over
be
like
out.
by 11:15, right? 11:20.
Probably earlier than that. I'm gonna go on at 10:20. I'm gonna have Chicky on tonight,
Okay.
and yeah, about that time, about 11:10, 11:15, I'll be
Okay,
done.
I'm gonna change the time. I'm gonna make it to 11:15.
Well, you know, Kane Shade and Gunsmoke have something in common.
Okay.
What's that?
They sleep to 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, that is not true. I'm up at 8 o'clock in the morning taking my son to school.
Yeah.
After you take your son to school, you go home and go back to sleep.
Nah, I got things I'm doing there, Lico.
Yeah, I know he takes his son to school, so yeah, I'm gonna do it after Kane Shade, so I'll be on at 11. This way I have some little videos with me, and some stuff from my brother's book I'll read. And that's it. And then I'll show some other stuff on this person that FBS says he's
Hey,
in close
I
contact.
like House of Dragon better than Games of Thrones. I think House of Dragons is really good.
Oh
Roll
yeah,
Ice and Fire. It's really, really well made.
it's very
Yes,
very
that's
good.
what I did today with my daughter. We finished Dharma, and then we watched the what's it called again? House of Dragons.
Yeah.
That's what we watched today. Was
And you know that girl that plays the little blonde in there, the little girl.
yeah, she's different next week. That's the end of her.
You know how old she is in real life?
I think you told us 21 or 22.
22 years old. You would never
22,
think.
yeah. No.
Danny, do you watch Games of Thrones?
No, I'm sorry.
Danny, laugh.
What are you watching, Danny? Like what do you like to watch?
I really don't watch TV, honestly. I mean, I watch the news a little bit, but other than that, the only thing I really like to watch is Yellowstone. But I mean, other than that, I really don't. My son, I don't watch nothing.
What type of music you listen to?
I like the oldies.
The oldies, okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
Angel,
I love.
Chris Chalk is doing his first live tonight.
What time are you going on, Chris?
I see it's scheduled. Chris Chalk has one scheduled for 10:30 tonight. His first live ever.
Also, Danny,
You
Oh, I'm
know,
sorry.
King Shades is on Friday nights at 10:15.
Yes, and soon I'll be doing my shows on Tuesdays too, because I want to do a game night thing too. I like that idea, Angel. I want to do more Hangman. I'm gonna get my little sports buddy, and like quotes in this community. We're gonna do like Hangman. People have to guess the quotes. My friend's gonna have the magic board there with the Hangman thing, and I want to do that Tuesday nights.
Danny and I are going to do
That's
tic tac toe. We're going to have a tic tac toe game.
TikTok.
Okay. And
I
we're
was
gonna
on some
see-
channel last night. They were playing rock paper scissors.
For real?
I mean, yeah, I'm not kidding. It was like a game, like like a computer game, and you in chat you picked rock paper or scissor, and they put it in, and then you won or lost, whatever, and they were giving out prizes. It was a little silly, but I won a prize. I didn't accept it though because they just getting my
I just have to
address.
tell people our next show will be a 100% mob show. Today's just like a Friday show where we're just BSing, and we have these wonderful people on here. We're
Mhm.
always being attacked. Angel Gotti, you're a horrible woman that sits on a chair and gets high and falls off of it.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god!
King
Could you
Shade,
imagine?
you're as
Listen,
smart as
if that
Angel
would
is
have
smart
ever,
as Rain Man.
if
Yeah.
that would have ever happened,
dominatrix.
if that would have ever happened, the front page of the Daily News would have said Dapper Don's daughter dead. Because
If you were to be taking prescription pills, you go live almost every single night. Since when did you start your channel? February, January? When did you start your channel, Angel?
I think November, the end of
Okay, so
November.
this has been over 6 months. You would have been on screen if you were taking something. You would have been on screen a little bit messed up at one point or
you know
another. And
what?
every single night you've been on point, and you don't go every day.
He
hiding
knows
that. So.
damn well I never did drugs. He knows damn well that was a lie. I showed it in one of the shows last week where he said,
But he did.
I was mad. I'm sorry. I went overboard. I was really mad. Yeah, you're a liar. You showed
I'm sure
us
he's
that.
fallen off.
You
I'm
lied.
sure he's fallen off things drunk. I'm sure he's fallen drunk. I'm sure he's done a lot of crazy things drunk.
No, he got me confused with his wife. That's who he's got me confused with because I never fell off a chair in my life. I never took a handful of pills. I never took pills. I never did drugs.
Well, it's not as bad as Chicky. When Chicky was young, they didn't let him come over to their houses because Chicky used to break everybody's chair when he sat in it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you didn't hear that story? They were saying that the other day.
They're such cruel
Yeah,
pieces
that
of
Chicky.
shit. They really are.
Yeah, that Chicky used to go visit his friends, and he would sit in the chairs and break them. So,
I broke a few
There was
chairs.
an Instagram account, Angel, that kept talking about Chicky and stuff. I sent you the link to it. I don't know if you checked it out.
No, I didn't see it yet. Listen, that's
Don't say their name. Don't give them any
no,
promotion.
no,
But
no,
I was just
I'm not saying anybody's name. It's just so cruel and so telling. Like, 5 months ago, Chicky was great. Chicky was, we're going to have Chicky on. Chicky and his friend, whatever the guy's name was, Anthony. I was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Oh,
My mother, I want to do a celebration for your mother. You should have told me it was her birthday. You've got
episode 2.
at
He
least
was wearing shirts
30
with your dad's picture
videos.
on it. He wore a shirt with your dad's picture on it many times. He talked about the first time that they went on a date. All he did was, man, your father was.
Angel, episode 2, Angel.
You can't make
Episode
this shit
2.
up. You can't make
Next
this shit up.
Thursday.
Exactly. Now he's this, he's
Yeah,
that.
right.
Meanwhile, he's so full of it. He's mad. He's like a little boy who got mad that, Angel didn't want to be his friend anymore. She chose the other.
I remember when you did that to me, Angel. It took me a long time to get over it.
Oh, Lee Cole, you and I have
Yeah,
been
you're
up and down for a whole year.
Yes,
You
but I
know.
was devastated,
People-
Angel Gotti.
Oh, you're
And
so
Angel
full
Gotti
of-
didn't want to talk to me no more. Danny,
He was devastated.
Yeah,
That is
I was-
true.
Yes,
No.
I
No. I know.
What do you-
Lee Cole got the wrong. He misunderstood the chat. He thought Angela was me, and she said something that he didn't like, and he got mad.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then I got mad at him for getting mad at me. But listen, Lee Cole and I have been up and down for over a year. And let me tell you this. The one thing Lee Cole never did was call me filthy names. He never
Oh, I
said
know.
made up lies that I was high or that my kids were this, my kids were. He's disgusting. That guy is disgusting. He's not even a man. Lee Cole. There were times Lee Cole and I would text each other and nobody ever knew. I didn't say it. He didn't say it. It was nobody's business. But I did tell Lee Cole, you're going to be in trouble because your show is doing much better than his. Wait for it.
Yeah, and then Angel got mad at me because one time I texted her and asked her for John Travolta's home phone number. Yeah, and she wouldn't give it to me. She said, "I'll give you the agent's number, his agent."
All right, so I've been going over all of these videos from like 10 months ago, 11 months ago, and I actually seen what really happened. It was Lee, me, we were going at MRE. Someone in the comment section, I don't know if it was Angel or Angela, they said, "Come on, I got to get out of here. Enough with this drama." Then Lee said, "Angel, you big hypocrite, get the heck out of here," or whatever. That's what happened.
You're the biggest phony of them all.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, get out of here. So yeah.
No,
But I've been documenting all of this.
Yeah, but I did say, what are you doing? What are you guys doing? You're all fighting with each other. Stop fighting with each other. Because these all started.
Dad was new when Dad was new. When Dad was new to the internet, he was like getting paranoid at times too much. Now that he's like more like seasoned on this, he's kind of like understanding things. But you have to admit, Dad, were like a little paranoid.
Are you
about
kidding me? I used to be afraid of people doing shows on me. Now I laugh about it.
Yeah.
Now it's like you can't do nothing to stop it. You know, what can you do? Now they're doing shows on Danny because they're pissed that Danny and I are still doing shows together. And Kane Shade, they don't do shows on you for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Not yet. Not yet.
Well, yeah.
Me.
I got this show every Thursday, and I'm not slandering anyone. This documentary, and Lee, if you could like drop the link there so people could see what I'm doing. It's called MobTube Novelas, and it's basically covering everything from the beginning to now. It's kind of like a Josie kind of thing, and how Josie's doing the book. Well, I'm doing this documentary thing, and it's really good, guys. So if you can check that out.
People know underneath information for this show is your channel, but I do not have your novella channel.
It's not a novella. It's on the Kane Shade Dunk.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop the Kane Shade channel.
Yeah, just drop the thing. And Danny, do you realize that Lee doesn't like Guns N' Roses?
Really?
Who said
Yeah.
that?
What the heck is wrong with this guy?
You never said that. What the hell you?
Yeah, you said you didn't like Guns N' Roses.
No, I never said that. Damn.
He didn't like the music in the show. He doesn't like the music in the beginning of the show.
Oh no! It's because you got to remember, and one of the rules of YouTube is the first 5 minutes is whether people decide whether they're going to stay at your show. That's just the rules. When you're playing that music, people are like, huh? Like,
hello, people.
Well,
hello.
Different strokes for different folks. I have about 40 people waiting when that guitar player is playing. They're liking it, Lee.
Okay. Well, okay. You do what you got to do. You know the answers.
Every channel is different. But that's the thing, Kane Shades. Like the thing is, like even Angel, and MRE. Like we've always used our own words against them, their own words, their own clips. There's no slander. How can you slander what they're saying out of their own mouths?
Exactly, and this what I'm doing right now. This project I'm working on. There's no slander. It's just covering everything that happened there. And I'm going to cover everything.
I'm gonna 1 second, please, Danny. I'm gonna ask Danny this question. Now we've been together about 4 months, Danny. I mean, we've had our ups and downs. I mean, we used to talk on the phone like 10 times a day. Now we only talk on the phone 9 times a day. So,
well, that's because you annoy him.
What I like to ask you, Danny, when you came into this YouTube, did you have any idea it was like this?
Dad,
Not
you
at
gave
all.
Michael Hensley a wrench?
MB. Okay.
Michael Hensley was signed out. Go ahead. I read it wrong. Sorry. Put him out. Mute button. Mute.
Not at all.
You had
No,
idea.
not at all.
So what do you think about it being like this?
I think it's a it's a calamity at times. I think it's a, I think it's people that have no life for the most part, that slander and attack people for their financial gain. Very seldom do you hear anybody going to work on here because they're on these channels 24/7 and they know exactly what's going on. So that was hard for me to swallow. I couldn't imagine being on YouTube all day and all night. I can't. But I don't know. I'm from the old school. When somebody attacks you, the first thing you want to do is do something to them. And unfortunately, you can't do that no more. So that's the biggest thing. How they can get away with talking shit about people, and God forbid 2 cars pull up to their house. They're not going to do nothing. They're going to get on the phone and call 911. But again, they have a platform to ridicule, slander, and make fun of people. I just wish that something would happen to them so they couldn't do it anymore.
Do you find it amazing how far YouTube allows this to go?
Well, I think they're culpable in a lot of things. I mean, if somebody gets killed on this platform or any platform, what is their culpability? I mean, they have a legal and I think a moral position to try to stop that kind of stuff, but I don't see it. I mean, you got guys.
No, but we get taken down.
A guy come on here about 2 months ago, showing a gun. So what is the legal ramifications? What if he goes out and shoots somebody after he was on YouTube just saying what he was going to do? What is the recourse?
And it takes only one nut from either side to go do something. Somebody that's twisted in the head, that takes this really serious. Somebody like Miss Can't Be Wrong, who's on here from morning to night.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I mean, I don't understand what these people do, day in and day out. But apparently, they don't go to work because they're on this YouTube all day, and it's mind-boggling to me.
They can't have real friends either. How do they have real friends? Their friends are all virtual through a computer.
Right. Exactly. So they either must be getting welfare or something, food stamps. And I'm not knocking anybody that needs food stamps. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, what is their ambition? To be a YouTube star and come on here and slander people? I mean, I don't know.
Well, here's another thing. People's probation officers are being called.
Well, yeah, these are rats. These are the quintessential.
So maybe that's their ambition.
Yeah. They profess how tough they are, what they're going to do to somebody, and here they are calling somebody's probation officer or parole officer. That speak volumes. So if you show up to their house, or if somebody shows up to their house, or sees them in a grocery store, department store, what's going to happen. They're going to call 911. They're not going to fight you. They're going to try to get out of it. And I'm not saying, and I'm not trying to say that's what somebody needs to do. My point is this: these guys are all phonies. They come on here and they talk shit. Jimmy Calandra, here's a guy that said he was tough in the street, and here he's going to call cops on people. So I mean,
YouTube, and he's on YouTube threatening people, and he's never going to do nothing about it.
No. Again, I'm going to reiterate this. How far is Rhode Island from New York? A couple hours? Yeah. Why doesn't he go to Rhode Island if he's so tough and he's a killer and he was this guy in the street, right? Why don't he go see MRE? He talks about shooting him, licking his ass, and everything else. Why don't he go see him? All he does is talk. But let me tell you something. If you say something on YouTube, hypothetically, you're going to do something to Jimmy Calandra, you rest assured he's going to call his handlers and the FBI and everybody else because he's a punk. And that's what all these guys, every one of them on that side are punks. And I'm telling you this because they would never square off with you in the street. All they would do was call the cops. That's what they would do. And listen, it's a fact.
Scott Bell, don't block Michael Hensley. Let him, as long as he doesn't go.
Do one better. Why don't you let this moron come on here? He talks a lot of shit, but he doesn't want to come on here and debate nobody. Let this fallacy, this punk, come on here and talk his shit. Here's a guy that says he was in the military. There's absolutely no record of him being in the military, but he wants to keep bringing up this shit about he's Marines, he's this, he's that. This is what I'm talking about. This is what these guys do all fucking day. They're mutts. That's what they are. They're punks.
And Danny, I would like to say something, Danny. I'm about 7-10 minutes away from one of these guys, right? If I and matter of fact, I seen one of these guys even before this YouTube stuff. if I played this in my head 100 times, what would I do if I see this guy? What would I do?
Right.
And I have to treat them like law enforcement. I have no proof that they are law enforcement, but they're on YouTube acting like hall monitors. So if I see this guy at a gas station or a grocery store, I'm going to walk away like there's some kind of law enforcement. They could put a camera on me. Hey, you fat fuck, you ain't no fucking Cuban. I'm going to walk away. I ain't no fucking pussy, but I know what they're up to. I know they're trying to get people jammed up. This guy doxed his own address and he said, Cane Shades, if anything ever happens to my house, my window being broken, I'm gonna point the finger at you. Isn't that some crazy shit, Danny?
Yeah, that's
It's crazy.
Well, they started.
So
That's
I'm
the
under the
Robert
impression that. So I'm under the impression that they're trying to get people locked up just because of their actions.
Well, listen,
Yep.
anybody that can jump around, okay? Anybody that can jump around and act like a mentally diminished person and talk and rant and rave, they're cowards. They're scared. That's why they do that, because they want to make themselves look bigger than they are. So they devise this farce, and they come on here and they do this tough guy routine, running around, jumping up and down like a silverback. And they're really scared, and they really amount to nothing in life, to tell you the truth. That's why they do what they do. All the fancy cars and a broken down house in somewhere in Miami, they got nothing. They have nothing. So by making themselves appear bigger than they are on YouTube, by jumping around like a circus act, they try to make themselves bigger than what they are. They're little minded people.
Well, I want to know.
Well, the thing is, they started with.
I'm sorry. Michael Hensley is supposed to be like a veteran or something. How does he sit there and cheer on the fat bully while he's calling women the C word, the pig, all this other crap? Saying
because he's a liar. He's a liar.
Right. How does a veteran do that? Because I'm still friends with someone very close with him, with a lieutenant, and he would never go for behavior like that. I know for a fact he would never go for behavior.
Well, Michael Hensley, since you got so much to say, because you're a tough guy, you're a Marine vet. You probably ran into somebody's bunk at night and gave them a hug. Why don't you come on here and you're so depressed about what we have to say, or so come on here and voice your opinion.
Yeah,
because you're a joke.
Drop the link,
you're a joke.
I'm dropping a link. He said drop the link, so here's the link.
Drop the link for him, Dad. But that's the thing. They started with Chicky, right? And then when Chicky responded to them, then they call his parole officer. It's like they baiting people. And even the Robert Rosso guy, they started with him first. And then when he responds, then they're trying to get him put back in jail. They bait people 100%. And that's what they're trying to do.
It's crazy.
If Michael Hensley does come on here, I don't want him to get jumped.
I'm not going to jump.
No,
nobody's going to jump him. Nobody's going to jump him.
I'm not going to jump him. I'm going to put you on mute while I prepare the cat's food. And I'll when Michael has something to say to me, I'll come over here and answer.
Okay.
Yeah, and also, why doesn't Common Sense show his face? Why can't we know who Common Sense is? Why can't we know about Common Sense's record? Huh? Common Sense.
He's hiding something. He's hiding something.
Well, without
Common Sense loves to look for people's records and who they are and find out things about them, but he's the one that hides his face the most.
Well, like they're trying to find Teresa because she does not, Teresa does nothing. They're trying to find Angela, but nobody on this side has tried to really find Miss Can't Be Wrong or this.
That's Gunsmoke. That's Gunsmoke. Miss Can't Be Wrong is Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke.
Yeah, Gunsmoke puts on a dress.
He puts on a wig.
And he calls himself Miss Can't Be Wrong.
And he jumps around on a pogo stick.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. That's right. Good idea. Yeah, you're right.
This YouTube is just another method of catfishing. You could be whoever you want to be, just not yourself. You're all clowns over there. Listen, that's true, though. You could be anything you want to be on here. Unless, that's why I think it's best. In the beginning, when I put my name out there, I was like, shit, I shouldn't have done that. Now I'm glad because my record is there. You can see everything on my record. So I don't give a shit who sees it.
See, Aegon says, as a USMC veteran, I would never condone.
Okay, here comes Michael Hensley, people. Michael.
I could get one of them too.
Okay. Is your picture in this one?
Okay, so
Bear
we
with me.
believe you're a veteran. I
Oh,
want to
you
know.
do? Not everybody in
I
the chat
believe
does.
you're a veteran, but I want to
I'm
know how
not here
you.
to argue with you. I'm
I'm
not here to
not going to
disrespect
argue
you.
with you. I want to know how you sit there while somebody's up on that screen calling women filthy, derogatory, disgusting names and saying he will smack them in their faces. Tell me how you condone that.
You know, both sides of this
No.
thing.
I don't hear
no,
anybody
No,
on this side
no.
threatening to hit
Nobody
anyone.
over here does that to women.
Nobody does that over here. I'm asking you a
I
question as
disagree
a
with you.
gentleman.
I
As
disagree
a
with you.
gentleman, I'm
Sorry.
asking you how
I
you are
disagree
okay
with
with
you.
it. What?
Well, Michael, I'll give you credit for one thing. You came up here. But Michael, I also hear you
Lee, I've
say,
been on your show before. You know that.
well, listen, I also know that you say horrible things in the chat about me that ain't true. I see it all the
Well, Lee,
time.
you know,
Why would you be
kinda-
talking
kinda
about me?
fed
What did I ever do to you?
You kind of hung me out to dry, brother.
No, I'm asking you, what did I ever do to you?
You hung me out to dry when I was one of your moderators on your show.
How did I hang you out to dry?
Mike, let's see here. Sorry. Where is he?
Your boobs are a lot smaller in that picture.
No. There he is. You see him right there? Michael Hensley. You see him? Michael Hensley.
Okay.
You see?
Okay,
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
All the chat wants to run their mouths about me.
Okay, so thank you for your
Okay, guys,
service.
don't,
Now we're
guys in the
asking-
chat, do me a favor,
What's
don't
that behind
question.
me? I must have got that at Walmart.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry. I mean, I got to, constantly defend myself
this
by one
camera
of your
off your tit.
moderators.
no, you came on here and you did what you had to
Unless he's
do.
a
I got to
boob.
give you all respect for that.
They all got big boobs on that side.
As far as Angel's comments, Angel, I'm sorry. I disagree with you. I mean, I've been around the block long enough. It goes both ways.
So
Let me ask you something. If
Yes,
somebody
sir.
took a pool stick and smacked your wife in the fucking face, what would you do? to him?
He wouldn't be doing it for long.
All right, but you're condoning what he did.
No, I'm not condoning what anybody does. I condone
What do
what
you
I
wanna-
do.
Oh, okay. So would you publicly condemn the Harambe for hitting a woman with a pool stick?
Who the hell's, I don't know who Harambe is.
The new zoo review in South Florida.
I don't know that he did that.
He admits
Just
he
be
did it.
honest
Oh,
with
you don't?
Just to be honest with you.
He admitted it.
He admits he did it.
He admitted it.
Danny, are you
Admitted
the
it.
clean and wear burglar or whatever the hell he is?
I don't hit women.
Well, okay.
I wouldn't
I don't know that he
wouldn't
hit
rape a
women.
woman. I
Like,
wouldn't
I
rape a
don't know
woman
that
and
he
take my
did.
prick and show a woman that.
Hey.
She did do it.
I'm here
he
to
did
defend
do it.
Mike Hensley, not
No, okay.
anybody else.
So that's fine. But
I
I'm
got
just asking
called
you.
out. I got
Okay.
called out.
Okay, and you got
Fair
called
enough.
out. So you,
That's
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. But you run your mouth just as much as anybody else.
Yeah, and I'm here to defend me.
So, but you're on the other side talking
I
shit.
sure
and-
am. I was on
Okay,
this
so-
side. I supported Lee Cole from day one. He didn't have my back when I was getting bombarded by people. And
So
his
you,
chat
so you
defended
support
him.
so you support leftists.
Yeah, I support leftists.
You support people that
What did
don't
you
believe in
say?
God.
What?
You support people that are godless and don't.
What one man decides to do and what he supports.
How about, okay, how about leftists?
I
that-
support the Fat Ball Sicilian because I like what he does. Or I like what he says.
What does he do? What does he do?
What do you do, Danny? What do you
No,
do?
we're talking about what you
Michael
just
must be
mentioned.
really fucking bored that's what he could do and watch all day. It looks like Michael has a lot going on. Look at him at
But I should be
7
over there
o'clock in
watching
the
you all
evening.
day.
What, Michael? And how dare you talk about my father up here? Don't talk shit about my father, okay? Because I have his back.
What did I
You're
say
pissing
about
me
your
off,
father?
Michael. Watch your P's and Q's. You sit
good.
there and you
You
run.
need to
You
be
sit there and chats
bothered.
with guys
didn't
who
do
want
anything
to
to
beat
you, young
women.
lady.
My
I
child
didn't
was
do
doxxed. My
anything to
child
you.
was threatened, and
I
you
didn't
sit
say
there and
anything
support that bullshit.
bad to you.
You're a horrible
I didn't say
man.
anything wrong
Horrible
to you.
person.
So please talk to me like you got a little bit of common courtesy.
No, I have no
for me.
respect for you if you're going to sit over there. I have no
Okay.
respect for you.
I didn't do anything to you. I mean, help me out here, people.
Well, I'm going to ask you a
Let me know
question.
what-
you as a veteran, as a gentleman, how do you sit there while he says he's going to smack women in the face and calls them filthy names like the C word? How do you support that? Do you do that? Do you treat women like that?
I do not.
So then why would you
think
support?
he really does?
No. I'm
He's
asking
making an
you.
expression, Angel.
But I'm asking you a question, Michael. Listen
I'm answering
carefully.
you. I said I do not.
I know. So that's why
I
I asked.
believe that he's only making an expression. I don't believe that he acts that way.
What?
I'm answering you.
Are you that naive, Michael?
Are you that naive, Lee?
No, you're really pretty naive if that's what you believe.
And
You've
believe
heard-
that-
Michael, let me ask you another question.
You
Michael,
believe that
let me
he
ask
goes
you another
around and
question.
smack Shannon?
Excuse me?
You believe he goes around and smack Shannon around?
It's none of my business. I don't talk about his wife.
Maybe.
Ever.
So it's not my business then.
Who said that
Okay.
he smacked Shanna around?
Who
I
said
didn't
that?
say that he did. I'm
None of-
using
none of
that
us
as
said
an
it.
example.
Okay, but what we're asking you
Yeah,
is you're
that-
sitting there in his chat and you hear him saying the C word, pig, other filthy names. You hear him saying, Josie, if you were in front of me, Marla, if you were in front of me, I would smack the hair off your face, off your
And
head.
these
I
people
would
don't
smack the
attack
dog
him.
shit out of you. Can I finish, Michael? I'm not interrupting you.
Sure, you go right
Okay,
ahead.
thank you. And you
You're
hear
welcome.
him doing this. So how is it that you're going to sit here now and say you don't think he
Because
says
the
this?
man's getting bombarded. Are you done? I'm sorry. Are you finished?
Yes, now I'm finished.
I think the man's getting attacked
No.
and he's handling it as best the way he can. And I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying that he's always handling it the best way he should. But you know what? He's handling it the way he's going to handle it. Just leave it
Hey,
at
Michael,
And
let me say
you're
one thing.
okay with
Michael, let me say ask you one thing. Are you a
He
Trump
supports
supporter?
women beaters.
Oh, wait, 1 minute. Are you a Trump supporter?
that. I am.
Okay. So
Not everybody has to be a Trump supporter in my life for me to like him.
okay, what do you think of now, let me ask you a question. What do you think of someone that says that Trump supporters should drink bleach?
I think that the world has gotten way out of hand with their political beliefs. I'll be honest with you. Just be honest with you. I voted for the man. I will vote for him again if he runs for re-election. But I think people
Michael,
get a
it
little
sounds
bit
like to me you've given up everything. Michael, it sounds like to me that you've gone against everything in your life.
Everything that FBS does, everything that anybody that on your side or my side does. I came on here to.
I got one side. I got my side, the Lee side.
I got baited to come on here because of my service, who I am. You know.
You didn't get baited. Nobody's baiting you. Don't say that. Nobody baited you.
Oh yeah, they did.
No, you
Wait.
came on here because you. Hey, let me ask you a
No,
question.
they didn't.
No, wait, I'm gonna say one thing.
You know, there's
Michael,
nothing
do you
up.
think that one of us could have gone on there around 5 people and not been attacked viciously?
I'm sorry. Repeat that.
Do you think we're treating you respectfully right now? We're not attacking you. We're having a civil conversation.
Well, I don't know about.
Can you
civil,
imagine
but-
if one of us went over there and this happened? It would be no civil conversation. It would be horrible things said.
No, I think I'm getting treated the way somebody would probably get treated over there. To be honest with you.
Michael, you're blind.
No, I'm not blind. Lee.
No, Michael, you really,
Yeah, I would never go over there anyway.
You're blind. Mike.
Everything's one. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. Everything's one-sided on both sides. It's plain and simple. I've been on your side.
Definitely not.
I supported you for a long time and didn't like FBS.
And now
Can
you
I
like-
ask Michael Hensley a few questions?
Sure.
Sure.
First of all, thank you for your service. Are you a subscriber to Jimmy Calandra?
I do subscribe to his channel. I'm not a big Jimmy Calandra cheerleader, but I don't dislike Jimmy. I don't think Jimmy needs me to cheerlead for him.
Okay, I just wanted to ask you just a question.
But I don't
What?
dislike him.
Okay, I just want to ask you a question. What is your thoughts on him making a sexual assault threat to another man that does YouTube videos? It's just a question.
I don't know. I'm not even sure. I don't know about that. Just be honest with you.
I believe he said, I believe Jimmy Calandra said that he would put his fist in MRE's rectum, I believe.
Yes.
Well, MRE makes a lot of comments that are not nice. So I don't think that's a fair comparison.
You know what it is, Mike? It sounds like you're excusing one side, but
I'm
you
not excusing anything, Lee, at all. Both sides have made so many threats and comparisons.
no.
I don't see
Mike,
threats on
They're
this
about
side.
equal.
You don't hear. I try to avoid talking to FBS. FBS brings me up continuously. I don't bring him up.
Nelly?
Okay. If you do, you do. You don't, you don't. I mean, whatever.
But he'll bring me up. He'll do a whole fucking show about it.
You brought him up enough. I mean, I'm not saying.
No. Have you
I
ever
don't
seen
know.
me
I
do a
haven't
show
kept
on
track,
him?
man. I'm not here. I came, once again, I came here to vouch for Mike.
Well, Mike,
And one of the things you should defend yourself against, how you can sit in a chat.
Mike was the stolen valor. Remember?
You sit in
You
a
forgot about
chat
that
with
already?
women abusers, people who threaten women.
Oh, my
So
Lord.
any
What's that
Marine
got
or
to do with
anybody
me?
who has any sort of whatever you have, how do you
What's that
sit
got to
in
do
a
with me?
chat where they threaten women, call women disgusting names, openly say they beat women, have records of beating women, and you're okay with that as a veteran?
Who said
That's
that
part
was
of
okay
defending
with that?
yourself because it looks really crappy on your end that you sit there and you
No?
support
Okay,
that.
look. I know how I behave. So what's that got to do with me? I know how I behave. You know how you behave. What's that got to do with anybody else? You see me in the other man's chat. He gets upset about shit. I don't blame him. You guys
so you
go
don't
pretty
blame him
hard
when
at
he
me.
said smack women and do all that shit. You don't blame him. Okay.
Come on, do you really think he's going to do that? It's talk on the internet.
Really, dude?
Dan,
That's your answer?
You talking mean, gang, when you get upset, right?
I never
Yeah,
talk
but I
about
don't.
smacking women.
I do absolutely. But I don't threaten women,
I didn't say that you did.
or I'm going to eat somebody's ass.
Hey,
Or threaten to shoot somebody in the stomach. My whole point is this: if I'm in the street, associate with somebody that's a rapist or a woman beater, what does that make me?
yeah, but he's a man's not a woman beater. I don't believe that.
He's not. How do you know he's not, though?
How do you know he is?
Well, because there's been evidence that he is. He admitted that he beat a woman with a pull stick.
Oh, you're talking about, now we're talking about somebody else.
Oh,
We're talking about-
I'm sorry. Who were we talking about before? I misunderstood.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about.
I don't know. I don't know what he does other than, make a mockery out of people, which is fine. He's on a YouTube all day and all night trying to make money while his wife goes out and cleans asses. I don't know. I don't have much respect for somebody that makes a living that way, if it's a living.
So, we're talking about FBS right now?
Yeah.
You were okay with all this? When he was doing this stuff, when you were all right with him?
I was never all right with him.
Michael, did you get booted out of the
He
service?
was on the show, he was in his chat. Help me out.
No, absolutely. Absolutely I was. But let me ask you this, Mike.
So why aren't we grilling you about this?
Well, here's the whole deal breaker. The fact of the matter is that FBS is a liar, and all FBS does is perpetuate himself better than other people, right or wrong. And what he does is he
Don't we
picks
all
on
do that?
women. Well, not on YouTube.
To a degree.
Not on. Well, I don't believe I do, but maybe people do. Yeah. I mean, I got a big mouth when I get mad. Absolutely. But the fact of the matter is if you go around talking shit or what you're going to do to people, I remember a guy pulled up to his house. He was going to call the cops, but he's on YouTube talking about he's going to beat up people. Here's my thing, Mike, and you're a man. You were in the Marine Corps, and if somebody disrespects you in a manner, I think you would handle it appropriately. So if somebody did that to your wife or your face and said something to you, what would your response be? From a guy that doesn't even know you. You know what I mean? Doesn't even know who you are.
I think you want it. I mean, I'm gonna handle it. But
Exactly. No, I agree with
That's
you.
what I would do.
Exactly. So my point is this. Anybody can say anything on a YouTube video or what have you. But here's my thing. God forbid somebody pulls up to somebody's house and wants to address the comments or the innuendos or the disrespect to somebody's wife, girlfriend, sister, mother, whatever, what do you think that person's going to do?
They're going to react, of course.
Exactly. And that's where I'm at, and I know that's where you're at, because that's what you would do. Any normal person would do that. I mean, that's just a response. So here, all I'm saying is I'm no better than anybody on here. I fall into the trap just as much as everybody else does. But somewhere along the line, when you keep telling people that you're going to do something to them, or their loved ones, that becomes an issue. Whether it happens or not, you have to take somebody at face value. At least I do. And I don't want to put words in people's mouth, but if you keep talking about that person over and over, you don't know that psyche of that person. You don't know if one day they're just going to get a fucking, and just go fucking crazy. So all I'm saying, there's not right and wrong, but there's a limit to what you could do to somebody before somebody reacts. And I think we all are guilty to that to a certain extent. However, if you're going to put yourself on YouTube and you're going to threaten people and literally tell them what you're going to do to them, and then if you address them or say what you're going to do to them, they call their probation officers and parole officers. That's a cunt move. And and I'm sorry for the women on the panel, but that's what that is. You can't handle it. Let's just say, I don't, but let's just say for sake of an argument, they did it hypothetically. What does that make them?
Well, sure, but we don't know who did that. It could have been
hypothetically. Yeah. No, valid point. You're valid. That's a valid point. All I'm saying is, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, 9 times out of 10 it could be a duck. So I'm not. Okay.
110%. But
right.
But you to put that on one person is unfair.
No, I'm totality. I'm talking about whoever does it, whether it's on this side, whether it's on that side. The fact of the matter is, it's wrong. You know what I mean? And I'm no better than anybody on here, and I don't profess to be. I get mad and I talk shit. But I'm no better than anybody else. I'm just saying that sometimes we get caught up in shit, and we should, reflect and look at ourselves better before we abuse somebody else.
Agreed. I don't disagree with that.
And that's all I'm saying. That's all, Mike. That's all. I got nothing against you. Never did. And again, I say things out of anger, and that's my fault. That's not nobody else's fault. But I respect you for being in the service and serving this country, and I have nothing bad to say about you.
Mike, can I ask you a question, Michael?
Sure.
If you think both sides are wrong, why don't you just not have a side and just hang out on both sides?
Because I've been just viciously attacked, and after I lost my wrench. Well, I got attacked while I had a wrench in here, and then once the wrench, you've seen how I've been. I don't even know how I got unblocked. I'm sure you unblocked me, but
did you hear at the beginning when you came in here? Did you hear when you came in here at the beginning? I told people not to block you.
Yeah, but
that's how we do it here at this show. If you say anything wrong at those other shows, they block you. We don't block people
out every 5 minutes.
Well, Mike, I'll tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this man to man. Anytime you want to come on this program and you just want to say hello, you're more than welcome. You don't have to. But if you do, nobody's going to curse you or block you or tell you to take a walk. You have my word on that. You know what I'm saying? So
we wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the issue, the way I got treated when I was a moderator. I'm going to be honest with you. I was able to separate the two before. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not saying cry about it, but
no, and I don't.
Mike, it's YouTube. We all make so many mistakes on here.
It is what it is. And
Yeah.
that's all
I made 1,000 mistakes on here, Mike. I made 1,000 mistakes, and I'll make 1,000 more.
I think if we understand each other more, I think that's a that's a good thing, and it's better than screaming and yelling. Because as you know, we're not going to get anywhere with that. We can agree to disagree, and we could still be on friendly terms. We don't have to be animals and start, killing each other for something that's so ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So
Well said, Danny.
And Mike, if you're going to be on that side, that's fine. Just be respectful to us. I come from a military family from my grandfather, Mike. My grandfather, my uncle died. I'm a military family.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a little pissed off with the way I got treated.
Well, again, I'm gonna on YouTube. I'm gonna apologize to you if you were, and I know you were. My apologies go out to you. And again, I'm not looking for accolades or you to come back here and start talking great about us. All I'm trying to do is have an equal medium, and you know, we can debate and talk like men, not like animals. You know?
Hey, Mike, I got to ask you a question.
Sure.
When they were falsely calling me a child molester, did you ever go along with it?
Well, what do you think, Lee? No.
I don't think he did, Lee.
Did that
I don't
bother
think he
you
did.
that they were calling me a child
Not
molester
at all.
the time?
Well, I mean, you know, some of that stuff I just try not to pay a whole lot of attention to. Just to be honest with you. I never believed it before or after, you know.
Well, Michael, you would never hear me call any of them a child molester.
You know, it's obvious I'm here and who I support. It's obvious. You know, I made it obvious. I'm not here to really fight with you guys. You know, I've been called out so many times by people in the chat. It's time to come on.
Well,
I respect that, and you can't deny that fact that you came on here like a gentleman, and that's it. And I respect that, and I got nothing to say bad about you.
And Michael, here's the thing. Mr. Bell says that you never completed the Marines, that you barely got through basic training and
Lordy.
And all that stuff. And that's what he's saying, dude.
Right. And he would know that. Well, how?
Right.
All right. Here's my unit in Okinawa, Japan. See that? They don't have trucks in basic training. See them trucks in the background?
Yep.
Would you think I would have a truck in my possession in basic training?
Mike, I give you a lot of credit. You're doing stuff that
fool needs to shut his mouth.
You know, the fact of the matter is, you were a man. You came up here. You took the questions, and if I said that you weren't part of the military, I apologize, because of the fact that my life's more important when it comes to stuff like this than YouTube.
Here, we'll show you Mount Fuji. See Mount Fuji? See me standing in front of Mount Fuji? Yeah, that ain't at Paris Island. Tell Scott Bell to shut up or put up.
Scott Bell says, Lee, I'll get your record. I'll get his record from FOIA.
Okay. So did I make it out of boot camp or not?
Hey guys, until you have some facts that 100% facts that he's not telling the truth, respect him and give him that until
I just showed him a picture of me in front of Mount Fuji. So where'd that happen at? Lord have mercy. All right, guys. I don't know.
Well, Mike, we appreciate you coming up here. This ain't about sides. This is about you being a man to come up here and show that you're a military man, and I respect that. And people, if he comes in this chat, please do not fight with him unless if you find something out about Mike, you deal with Mike on it. But as I look at it right now, he's a military man. So even if he served 2 years, people, he served 2 years. You know, that's how I look at it. I don't know what else to say. So, Mike, thank you for coming on. I hope you would consider twice before bad mouthing us, because we're not going to do it to you.
Fair enough.
And you take care of yourself. Thank you so much.
Thanks, gentlemen. See ya.
Take care.
All right.
Okay, people, see, whether you like Mike or not, no matter what you think about Mike, the fact of the matter is Mike came up here. So I'm not going to knock the man. I absolutely refuse to do that. As for you guys, take it up with Mike. I don't want to be in a position where I'm knocking a military man.
Well, I was out feeding the cats, so I missed what Michael said about supporting women beaters and
I don't think Michael had a good answer on that, but at the But I definitely don't. But he came up here more to show that he's part of the military. That's his demons he has to deal with. But when it comes to the military, he came up here and showed us stuff that even if he served 2 years, guys, and say he got booted out after 2 years, who knows why he got booted out after 2 years? Did he do something bad? I mean, you know.
Well, I didn't hear that. I don't really care what he did in the military. Truthfully, it's none of my business. I just want to know why he supports somebody who threatens women and calls them filthy names and lies about them.
Well, that's how you go about it and change it. Let's, listen, I don't want to hear about Michael's military record unless if you got something that you want to show on Michael, like he was dishonorably discharged. That's the only thing I would say is negative. If he went 2 years and he wasn't say he was separated from the military, so that's his business. If you don't find anything about him being dishonorably discharged, you really shouldn't even talk about it. That's just my opinion, guys. You might disagree with me, but that's the moments that you like on YouTube, moments like that. And I don't give two shits about what anybody thinks on either side about the man. I just have respect that he came up here. Danny, you have anything else to say about that?
No, I said what I said, and that's it.
Can I ask you a question, Lico?
Yes.
Every time I show the clip of FBS saying, Marla, I will smack you in your face. I will slap the dog shit out of you. I don't get monetized. So how does he get monetized when he's the one who says these things?
A lot of times he doesn't get monetized. He doesn't care about getting monetized. He makes good money off donations, and monetization to him means very little because he makes good money off donations and chats. I mean, he's not thinking about that.
Well, I don't care about donations in my chats.
Right.
I don't care about any of that. And I don't ask for any donations. I ask for likes instead. But I do not get monetized every time I play his clip of the things that he says.
Yeah, because you're playing something that has violence in it. So I'm guessing he didn't get monetized too. He probably did he take the video down?
I don't know. I don't watch him.
See, if he took the video down, that means he doesn't care about getting monetized.
Yeah, I don't watch him. I have no idea. NB would know.
Yeah, I just don't think he cares about getting monetized. Hey, listen, I have some videos where Danny curses. I don't get monetized, but that's Danny. I can't change Danny the way he is. If he feels like doing that, Danny's really good to me. What am I going to say? Danny, don't do that. It's sometimes he goes loose and he curses and I can't get monetized, but we get 6,000 views for the video.
Can I change the subject just for a little bit, Lee? Is it okay?
Sure.
Okay, so Sammy Guevara has this tattoo of Odin, correctly?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was tattooed by a white supremacist, I believe. True?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, so certain YouTubers, they want to slam MRE for a stupid tattoo and say that he is a white supremacist, but they'll co-sign and glorify Garvano, who has a Odin tattoo and who was affiliated with the White Brotherhood or the Aryan Nation. Isn't that a little hypocrite, Lico?
Oh, without a doubt, it's hypocrite.
Okay, just wanted to put that out there.
Did I ask you already what an Odin is?
Odin's is a Viking. Is a Viking basically.
Mm-hmm.
He's a what?
Pagan god.
It's a pagan. Pagan.
Yes.
I don't even know what that is
The
either.
Vikings were pagans. They believed in multiple gods.
Oh, okay.
You don't know what pagan means? Angel?
I don't have a clue. I don't care.
I love Vikings.
Pagan means people that don't believe in God, or
Yeah.
they have their own god. They have their own gods.
They
Yeah.
go to Valhalla instead of heaven.
But
Yeah.
But Garvano's walking around with a white supremacist tattoo that was tattooed by a white supremacist. So he's repping that. That's what he has it tattooed on his body. I mean, no one really calls him out for that.
No, and they're not going to call him out. You know that.
Well, I know that I said this I think the other night, but what's his face? FBS won't call him out because of because of Calandra.
Yeah, it's true.
Because let me tell you something. The way Jimmy talked the other day, what he said, those sexual remarks that he said about attacking another man, and if you could sit there and laugh as he's saying it,
I don't know what was so funny about that. I never
funny.
know what's so funny about these things.
No, it wasn't funny, but
I don't know what's funny about getting on the internet and threatening people. What is funny about it? Or I didn't think it was funny when they were giving Dominic and his father the finger and saying you deserve to be in jail and right next to your father. I don't think any of those things are funny.
You see, Angel, you're 100% right. You know what the issue is here, and I mean this. For every action, there's a reaction. If somebody is allowed to toe a line for as long as they want with no repercussions, they're going to do it. And I'm not condoning violence. I'm not saying to somebody to go out and do something. But if there's an example made 30 years ago, this would not happen. And you know as well as I do in the street, Angel, if somebody did something to an old lady walking with a bag of groceries, they're going to get dealt with. Period. That's just the way life is. And I think when somebody has an avenue like a YouTube channel, and they're allowed to go on a YouTube channel and say whatever they want, whether it's violent or demeaning or slanderous, and nothing happens to them, they just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And you know, and I mean this, and I believe this. If something was to happen to somebody hypothetically, you can rest assured these people would think twice before opening their mouths to somebody and saying the things that they say. And especially you. I don't care that you're John Gotti's daughter. You're a woman. And, you know, anybody that attacks you in that manner and says derogatory and slanderous things about you, and I mean this, I really mean this. And, you know, and I understand the court system and I understand, but somewhere along the line, an example has to be made, whether it's you, me, the guy down the block, because then all this stuff would stop. Believe me. And you know, that it says it right in the Bible, an eye for an eye. If somebody is going to stoop to a level and do something to you or about you or say where you live or what kind of car you drive or what your daughter's wearing when she went out, that to me is a personal and a violent threat.
Exactly.
And this would never, and I'm not trying to put your father into this or somebody else that was involved with your father, but you got to be a complete moron to think if your father was alive that if they said this or anybody's daughter, there'd be a knock at the door.
Yeah, it's not.
The next time you open your mouth about my daughter or this person or that person or whoever, you're going to have an issue.
Yeah, and those
Not
were
a
the
violent
people,
right.
But those were the people he idolized. Those
Well,
were
that's
the very
my
people
other.
he idolized. Yes.
That's exactly my next point, and that is completely moronic to come on a channel and literally glorify somebody, okay, for whatever reason, and then 2, 3, 4 months later, you're calling him every name in the book, and you're attacking his daughter and his son and anybody else, for that matter, that's involved with the Gottis. What is that? What is that? I mean, there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? There's something wrong with you. Period. I mean, it's a sickness. You know, is he doing it for money? I mean, realistically, how much money could you possibly make? How much money does he make? Does he get up in the morning and put his sneakers in and go to work like everybody else? No, he comes on YouTube and he makes fun of people. And he slanders people, and if people aren't giving him money, he shuts his show down. That's a man?
No.
Realistically, I mean, no, that's not. It's not. And I mean, hey, listen, to each their own. He's got a wife that goes to work every day, right? and he sits on a computer all day. First, he talks about he's got a bad heart. Then he says his heart is not bad. Then he says he could beat people up. Then he says he's going to call the cops. Let me ask you something. What if somebody slapped his mother in the street, walked up to her and slapped her and made her spin around like a top? What would he do? I know what I would do.
If that happened, and someone slapped
And I don't
his-
care. Right. So my point is this. You have a wife. What if his wife went out to work? She got out of her car and somebody walked up to her and stuck a pogo stick up her ass. Right?
That would be horrible.
What would he do? What would he do? But he's going to sit here and call and defame Marla by saying I'll slap her in the fucking face.
And Josie also. He'll smoke.
And
he'll
Josie-
smack Josie.
So-
and he'll smack Stax' girlfriend too, he said.
I don't think he's got a-
I'll
yeah.
smack you and your girlfriend right in your face.
Yeah.
Why'd you throw
Well-
the girlfriend in there? Like,
It's-
why would that guy throw a woman into I'll smack you and then I'll smack your girlfriend? What kind of mind thinks like that? Like, you want to smack Stack, that's one thing. Why you want to smack his girlfriend? The hell is
It's
that?
funny. It's funny because he's not smacking anybody. I don't think he's been in a fight his whole life, to tell you the truth. But even if he has, to talk about women, he's got a mother and a woman as his wife in his house or her house or their house, whatever it is. What if somebody just walked up and fucking and knocked her teeth out of her mouth? Would he say, "Okay, that's okay. She deserved it. Give her another one"? Would he say that?
No, he
No,
probably
he
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
No.
Right. So I think it's all hyperbole. It's just all bullshit. I think it's to make money. I don't know. But if he actually believes that, then somebody should knock his teeth out of his fucking mouth, or slap him in the face, and maybe Jimmy Calandra will eat his ass too. Because they seem to like to do that. But here's my point. Everybody's a tough guy on YouTube until a tough guy, and your father said it the best. Everybody's a tough guy until a tough guy really walks into the room. And that's my point. If somebody showed up at the house and knocked on the door, then we're going to see, is he going to come out yelling and talking about who he's going to beat up? He'd get on the phone and call 911 in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So
Danny, I think we need to separate YouTube and real life. I think these guys know what they're doing, and I think most of this stuff is a setup.
It is a setup.
Absolutely.
If anyone says it's a setup, they're
Yeah,
trying
like-
to get people.
Yeah, I think a few months ago, man, you were 38 hot. You were upset. When I first started YouTube 10 years ago, I wanted to go to Boston to get some guy. I was new to YouTube. You got to understand, it is YouTube. It's horrible what they're doing, threatening women. But I think some of this is a setup. They want a reaction. They want people to get in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, no, I agree. I agree. I just my when I go to bed at night, and I mean this, and I'm not. When I go to bed at night and I'm laying there looking at the ceiling before I go to sleep, and I say to myself hypothetically, if I was in a grocery store, I was in the produce aisle, and I look to my left, and there's one of these people that talks crazy, what I would do, and I hope to God that I would have the strength to walk the other direction. But knowing me,
Danny, because
I probably would.
Because I'm in the belly of the beast over here. Like I'm really close. But I've had those thoughts. My personal, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna treat them like they're law enforcement because they're acting like a hall monitor.
I get it, but you know what I mean, Kane. It's like and I respect where you're coming from, and you're 100% right. And I would hope I would be as much of a man as you would and walk away like that. I really would, because I have a lot to lose. But in the same respect, I feel like
I have a lot to lose also, Danny.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to say you don't. I'm just saying, I just feel like if there isn't an example made, or if there isn't a tangible thing to do, as opposed to making it known that, hey, listen, this is what's going to happen if you do this shit. I don't know, but that's the way I think. And sometimes it's not the right way to think, but it's the way I think sometimes,
Exactly. And what I'm doing right now, since probation officers are being called, I just want to document everything from the beginning to now. It's not going to be a clip channel. It's going to be like a documentary, kind of what Josie's doing. and just put everything out there, and so there's actual proof of who said what 8 months ago. One is being friends with one person but wasn't friends with them, and it's just crazy. It's just a crazy. It's a soap opera, and I'm gonna lay everything down every Thursday.
Right. Well, listen, I gotta go, guys. I gotta
Me
do
too.
something. But listen, Angel, thank you for coming on.
Thank
Hank
you.
Shades, you're a
Danny.
good guy,
Thank you,
man.
Danny.
And
I'll talk to you in a
I'll
while,
talk to
Danny.
you guys later. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go now, but thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you. See
You
you.
never know what Freya show is gonna go at night.
I know.
Hey,
Thank you. See you
hey,
later, King Shade.
But you know darn well that now he has a ton of stuff to talk about. So, people, I just like to say thank you for being here. And Scott Bell, I'm not saying that you're not right about what you were saying, but all I'm saying is that nobody should knock his military record unless you have absolute proof. And I'm talking about a dishonorable discharge. I'm not talking about separation, because a lot of people get separated from the military. But if you have something like that, show it. But Scott, I know that for a reason you believe this, and I'm sure it's a pretty good reason. Okay, let's see. Michael Francis gets tons of hateful comments, never acknowledges them. He's almost out of a million. Yeah, you're right, Johnny. You are absolutely right, dude. Him and Sammy, they get the most hateful comments going, but they're a massive business. They make tons of money, and they're told not to answer. Okay, let's see. Until he gets confronted by the wrong person, I don't condone it, but guarantee he singing a different. See, the thing here is, people, we never know who's watching. We never know what's in people's mind. Who's going to do something crazy? I don't know if I'm going to walk outside and there's going to be somebody that hates me because another person hates me to do something to me. None of us know that. None of us. I mean, that's where this is at. This is all insane. Everybody, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for all the donations tonight, and I really appreciate that. And thank you for the super chats and also the cash apps. I appreciate it. Everybody have a nice one. And Danny and I will probably be back Sunday. Take care, people.